So what we need to do here is make sure that we save our workspace scene. So just make sure this is saved, and then we're going to create a new scene here for building in. So let's go to our project here. We're going to duplicate our scene template, and then let's rename this to level test, and double click to open that up. And again, we'll go to lighting here first, and then just generate that lighting. And again, just ensure that auto generate is disabled. Okay, back to our scene here. Okay, so we should be able to build a working level here. So let's bring in one of our floor modules here initially, and then we can bring in our bridges as well, and we might as well bring our stairs and our wall in here so we have everything in here. Okay. All right, let's move this wall out of the way here for now. Let's have a look at our game view. Okay, so the game camera is already set up here looking at the origin here of the scene, which is right where our floor A is. That's our starting point. Let's go ahead and orient our scene here to match. So let's just slide this wall over. So what we'll do initially is we need to bake our navigation, and then we're going to bring in the player character and just make sure that everything works. The modules should already be set up. The navigation flags are already in place. It should be that simple. So let's just click bake, and there we go. There's our navigation surface right there. And now we're going to bring in our main character. If you scroll down here in the project and open up the system folder and then locate prefabs, we have the main character right here. Let's just drag our main character, drop him anywhere in the floor module here. And this should be all we need to do. Let's go ahead and just run the scene here. All right, so he's in idle mode. You can see our cursor works here. We should be able to click on the surface and off he goes. All right, looks like it's working well. Very nice. The collision surfaces, by the way, are also being used to swap the cursor. So that's another reason they do need to be here. Okay, great. That was easy. Here's just an example level layout that I put together quickly in Photoshop. This is based on the original concept art and some of the design documentation, which indicates a environment inside a cave. So this is just a kind of a rough layout that can be used here for testing out the modular set. So we can use the starting point that we have in place as the spawn point, and then we can start building some bridges and connections and interesting angles and chambers and all that. So we're already underway here. I'm not sure I want these stairs here, but I'll leave them in place for now. Let's add another bridge module here. So I'm just going to duplicate this and then slide it over. And then I'll create a duplicate here of floor A. And then let's build a 90-degree kind of surface here. So duplicate a few times here. We'll just duplicate and slide these over. Kind of want a bridge over here. Let's bring a bridge duplicate over as well. So again, just Control D, slide this over. This does need to be rotated as well. So again, I'll hold down Control and just rotate that 90 degrees. And then just snap it into place there. All right. And then I'll grab one of the other bridges also. Move this over. Same thing, just rotate 90 degrees. And then we'll just snap it into place here. All right, that looks pretty good. And then I'll just grab another one of these platforms here. Again, duplicate, and then just hold down that Control key for snapping. Okay. So, oops, looks like I moved that bridge instead of duplicating it. So let's just duplicate this one here. And I'll move that over. There we go. All right. Okay, so there's a start. Now we can build a little bit more variety here in what we have just by dropping some of these platforms and making little areas for the player to explore. You can imagine there might be loot or something else, some other areas of interest kind of connected to these hallways. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this floor here. and then drop it down a bit, and then I'll just move one of these stairways over. So I'm going to grab this stair and rotate it 180, and then just kind of stick it to this corner. And there we go. And then I'll duplicate this platform a couple more times. Oops, wrong axis there. All right, x-axis, snap that over. Maybe put another one here. Okay, and let's bring our wall over here as well. So I'm just going to slide this wall over and then rotate this 90 degrees. And then see if I can make sense of this here. So we'll put in one there. Duplicate and slide that over. All right, I'm going to bring this over here to form kind of a backdrop here by these stairs, and then drop this down. There we go, and then I'll duplicate this. All right. So let's rebake our nav mesh here and just test this out, see how things look. So let me just save my scene here, go back to the navigation panel and click bake. Looks like a little bit of an issue here with the stair. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's reduce our agent radius again. It's going to go down to 0.35. There we go. That did it. Should be playable here. Let's go ahead and run this and see how things feel. Yeah, there we go. It's working. Remember that it's important to check scale, character movement speed, and general sense of space to ensure the modules are compatible with design goals. Let's do a little bit more building. I kind of feel like this platform here is maybe not in a great position, so I'm going to delete that. And I think just create a duplicate of these. There we go. Just kind of move that over. It becomes a slightly larger area, but we'll just give that a try. Okay, let's add another bridge here. I'm going to go ahead and just multi-select the bridge modules I have here, duplicate them, and then just move them over to the other platform here, over on this side. Just keep those centered. All right, and I think I'm going to do the same thing with this platform, is just create a little area here with a stairway. So duplicate, drop that a little bit, slide it over, and then let's see if we can use that other stair. Here it is. So we'll just drag this over. Let me point something else out. Let's say that you forget to hold down the control key as you're sliding something and it slides off the grid. One way you can fix that is just go to the inspector here and just look at your position values. We know that we should be snapping to quarter unit values here, and we can see that we're off. So one way that I can just correct this quickly is just make these whole values. So we've got 12.71. If I just make this a 12, and then we have 25.83, I'll just set this to 25. It does move a little bit, but now it's back on the grid. So then I can just hold down control, and now I'm snapping on the grid again the way I need to be. All right, so let's rotate this 90 degrees, and then we'll slide it over. Get it right on that edge there. Make sure this module is in the right place. It looks like it should work. Okay, let's rebake our navigation. All right, everything looks like it should be functional. Let's go ahead and just run this again and just do another little run through. Okay, this area definitely feels better. It was feeling a little bit kind of cramped before. The scale felt a little bit off, so this feels a little bit more reasonable given the speed of movement of the character. Let's go ahead and click down to the other end here. Try this other little stairway. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. All right, I think we're in good shape here. Okay, let's stop here. And in the next video, we're going to take a look at some additional modules and working with set dressing elements.